Listen up. Comfort is the most dangerous addiction on this planet. Not drugs, not alcohol. Comfort. Because comfort doesn't make a scene. It doesn't ruin your family overnight. It doesn't send you to the hospital in a flashing ambulance. No. It just keeps you average, keeps you soft, keeps you exactly where you are. Every single time you choose comfort, you're making a deal. You get a little bit of ease now in exchange for a big chunk of your potential later. And most people are signing that deal every damn day. You wake up and hit snooze. That's comfort killing you. You skip the workout because you're tired. That's comfort killing you. You avoid that hard conversation you know you need to have. That's comfort killing you. Growth is ugly. Growth is bloody. Growth means dragging yourself through the mud when every cell in your body is screaming, stop. That's where you find out who you really are. Not when it's easy, when it's hell. The world wants you comfortable because comfortable people are controllable. They're predictable. They're harmless. But the second you start choosing discomfort, you become dangerous to your excuses, to your limits, to the life you were stuck in. So stop lying to yourself. Stop making comfort your God. The couch will not save you. Your comfort zone will not save you. The only thing that will save you is doing the thing you don't want to do over and over again until it becomes who you are. You've got one life. Don't spend it being warm, cozy, and invisible. Step into the fire. Sweat, bleed. Push until you break, and then push some more, because that's where the real you lives. And if you can't find him in the heat and the grind, then you'll never find him at all. Discomfort is the gateway to everything you say you want but don't have. People run from it like it's a disease. But the truth is, it's the cure. The problem is, most of you are addicted to feeling good right now. You want the soft pillow, the warm blanket, the easy choice. You've been taught that discomfort is bad, that it's something to avoid. But that's why you're stuck. That's why you've been living the same year over and over again and calling it a life. When you sit in discomfort, you're not just building muscle or stamina, you're building a new identity. Every time you choose to do the thing that makes you uncomfortable, you're telling your mind, we don't run from hard things. And your mind starts to believe it. That belief becomes armor. It becomes a weapon. Because life will test you. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And when that moment comes, if all you've trained yourself to do is search for comfort, you're done. You fold. You quit. Discomfort strips you down. It exposes all your weaknesses, all the lies you've been telling yourself. You can't hide in discomfort. It will find every excuse you've been using and set it on fire. That's why most people never face it. They don't want to see who they really are without the mask. They'd rather live a lie than face the raw truth of their limits. But the crazy part is, those limits aren't real. They're just walls you've built from years of avoiding discomfort. You want to grow? Get comfortable being uncomfortable? Not once in a while, not when you feel like it. Every damn day. Wake up early when you don't want to. Take the stairs when your legs are screaming. Have the conversation that's been eating you alive. Go run when it's pouring rain and freezing cold. Force yourself into situations where you have no choice but to adapt. That's how you expand. That's how you break the mold. The mind will fight you. It will scream at you to stop. It will give you every logical reason why you should quit. But that's exactly why you stay. Because on the other side of that screaming voice is a new level of you. Every time you step into discomfort and stay there, you steal power from that voice. You take back control. You become the one calling the shots. People think discomfort is suffering. It's not. Every suffering is staying in a life you hate because you're too scared to face the pain of change. Discomfort is a short-term burn for a long-term transformation. It's the price you pay to become the person you keep saying you want to be. Most people won't pay it. They'll keep swiping, keep scrolling, keep chasing cheap dopamine hits, all while their dreams rot inside them. You've got to decide if you're going to be like most people or if you're going to train yourself to walk straight into the fire and stay there until it changes you from the inside out. Discipline is the difference between the person you are and the person you want to be. Everybody talks about motivation like it's the magic key, but motivation is a liar. It shows up when it's sunny, when you're rested, when everything feels good. The moment it gets hard, motivation packs its bags and leaves you stranded. Discipline is what stays. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired, if you're sore, if it's raining, if you've had a bad day. Discipline shows up because it's not about feelings. It's about commitment. Most people think discipline is this glamorous, Instagram-worthy thing. They imagine waking up at 4 a.m., looking pumped, feeling like a champion. That's not discipline. Discipline is dragging yourself out of bed at 4 a.m. when your eyes burn, when your legs ache, when your mind is screaming for you to stay in the warm bed. It's tying your shoes when every part of your body says, "Not today." It's doing the reps when nobody's watching, when there's no crowd, no applause, no likes. Discipline is ugly. It's lonely. It's the grind you put in when nobody even knows you're grinding. Discipline is a promise you make to yourself and keep no matter what. And every time you keep it, you stack proof that you're not weak, that you're not like everyone else who breaks the deal the moment it's inconvenient. Every time you break that promise, you're training yourself to quit. You're telling your mind what can't be trusted. And once your mind believes that, it will find a way to talk you out of every goal you ever set. You want to know why discipline is so rare? Because it's boring, it's repetitive, it's doing the same hard thing over and over until it becomes part of your DNA. There's nothing exciting about showing up every single day for years. That's why so many people hop from one plan to another, one dream to another, never sticking around long enough to see what they're truly capable of. They're chasing excitement, not results. Discipline doesn't give you quick wins. It gives you power. Power over your mind, over your body, over your impulses. When you're disciplined, you don't wait to feel ready. You move. You don't negotiate with yourself. You act. And when the world throws chaos at you, you don't crumble because you've built yourself on something stronger than feelings. The truth is, discipline is freedom disguised as sacrifice. People think they're free when they do whatever they feel like, but they're slaves to their moods, to their comfort, to their distractions. Discipline cuts those chains. It's not glamorous. It's not fun. But it's the only way you build a life that's yours. Not one handed to you by chance or luck. You can't fake discipline. You either have it or you have excuses. Weakness isn't the thing you admit to make people feel sorry for you. It's the thing that's quietly destroying you while you pretend it's not there. Everyone's got weakness. The problem is most people hide from it. They cover it with excuses, with fake confidence, with distractions. They build their lives in a way that keeps them far away from situations that would expose it. That's why they never grow. Because weakness doesn't just disappear. You either face it or it owns you. Weakness is the voice in your head that tells you to quit when things get hard. It's the reason you stay comfortable. It's the reason you've been stuck in the same patterns for years. And every time you give into it, you feed it. You make it stronger. You train yourself to lose. Most people don't even realize they're doing it because weakness is sneaky. It doesn't come at you with flashing lights. It comes in whispers. You can do it tomorrow. It's not that important. You've worked hard enough. And if you listen long enough, that whisper becomes the truth you live by. The only way to kill weakness is to drag it out into the open and attack it head on. You can't tiptoe around it. You can't wait until you feel ready. You've got to go straight into the situations that make you feel small, unprepared, and exposed. That's where weakness shows itself, and that's where you get the chance to crush it. But most people never take that chance. They avoid the gym because they don't want to feel out of shape. They avoid the hard conversation because they don't want to feel vulnerable. They avoid the competition because they don't want to lose. And every time they avoid, weakness wins. Weakness feeds on avoidance. The more you hide from it, the more it spreads into every corner of your life. Before you know it, it's not just about skipping a workout. It's about quitting on relationships, quitting on dreams, quitting on yourself, and you'll dress it up in fancy language like, I'm being realistic, or it's not the right time. But deep down, you know it's weakness running the show. The truth is, weakness can't survive in pain. It can't survive in discipline. It can't survive in the grind. That's why you've got to put yourself in those places over and over until the parts of you that used to break start to harden. You've got to fail in public. You've got to get embarrassed. You've got to fall short and then get back up anyway. Every time you do, you take a piece of power away from weakness. Most people never get to see how strong they can really be because they spend their whole lives protecting their weakness instead of destroying it. They let it dictate what they try, how far they go, and who they become. Weakness will never go away on its own. It's waiting for you to either fight it or feed it growth. Is not a pretty process. People love to talk about growth like it's this magical, inspiring transformation, but in reality, it's brutal. Growth means stepping into situations where you're outmatched, uncomfortable, and scared. It's forcing yourself to do things you're not good at and staying there long enough to get better. It's the grind that nobody sees, the countless reps you put in when you feel like you're getting nowhere. Growth is the slow, painful process of breaking the person you are so you can become the person you're supposed to be. Everybody says they want to grow, but they don't want to pay the price. They want the strength without the struggle, the results without the risk, the progress without the pain. That's not growth. That's a fantasy. Real growth demands that you leave behind everything that's comfortable, familiar, and safe. It demands that you put yourself in situations where you're forced to adapt or get crushed. And the thing is, most people will do anything to avoid that. They'd rather protect their ego than go through the embarrassment and frustration that comes with getting better. Every growth doesn't happen when you're doing what you already know. It happens when you're in the deep end, ever gasping for air, wondering if you made a mistake, and still forcing yourself to swim. It happens when you stop avoiding the things that scare you and start running straight at them. Every moment you stay in that uncomfortable zone, your mind is learning, your body is adapting, and your limits are getting pushed further out. But the catch is, it never feels good while it's happening. Growth feels like failure. It feels like pain. It feels like you're not moving forward at all. Until one day, you realize you become someone you barely recognize. The reason growth is so rare is because it requires sacrifice. You've got to give up who you are right now to become who you're meant to be. And most people are too attached to their current identity to let it go. They want to hold on to their habits, their routines, their excuses, and somehow get better at the same time. It doesn't work like that. Growth is destruction. You tear down the old version of yourself piece by piece, and in that wreckage, you build something stronger. Every setback, every failure, every time you wanted to quit but didn't, that's growth. Every time you pushed yourself when nobody was watching, every time you chose the hard path when the easy one was right there, that's growth. It's not measured in instant results. It's measured in the battles you fight with yourself and win. Every growth is not something you can fake. Either you've been through the fire and come out harder, or you've been standing outside watching, telling yourself you'll step in one day while time keeps moving and you stay exactly the same. Sacrifice is the entry fee for every single thing worth having in life. You can't cheat it, you can't skip it, and you can't bargain your way around it. People love the idea of success, strength, and greatness, but the second they hear what it actually costs, they back away. Sacrifice means you give up things you want right now for the things you want most, and most people are not willing to pay that price. They want to eat the cake and have the six-pack. They want to party all night and still win in the morning. They want comfort and growth at the same time. It doesn't work like that. Sacrifice is ugly because it requires you to make choices that nobody understands. It's waking up before everyone else, grinding alone, missing out on fun, and knowing people are talking about you because you're too extreme or too obsessed. It's giving up sleep, giving up comfort, giving up instant gratification so you can build something bigger than yourself. And here's the thing, nobody is going to clap for you when you're in the middle of it. Nobody's going to cheer you on when you're skipping the party to work on your craft or spending your Saturday running when everyone else is drinking. You'll get judged, doubted, and sometimes straight up laughed at. That's the tax you pay for wanting more. Every sacrifice forces you to choose between the easy road and the hard one over and over again. The easy road is wide, smooth, and full of distractions. The hard road is narrow, brutal, and lonely. But the hard road is the only one that takes you anywhere worth going. Every time you choose it, you lose something: time, comfort, relationships, temporary pleasures. But you gain something bigger. You gain self-respect. You gain discipline. You gain proof that you can depend on yourself when things get hard. Most people are terrified of sacrifice because it exposes how much they actually want the thing they say they want. When the cost gets high, the truth comes out. Do you want it badly enough to work through exhaustion? Do you want it badly enough to walk away from the crowd? Do you want it badly enough to give up years of your life for a payoff that might not even come unless you keep grinding relentlessly? That's the reality of sacrifice. There are no guarantees. You can give everything and still have to give more. Sacrifice is not a one-time deal. It's not something you do for a month or a year and then coast for the rest of your life. It's a lifestyle. You make trade after trade, day after day, because you know the alternative is living with regret. And the truth is, the pain of sacrifice is nothing compared to the pain of looking in the mirror years from now and knowing you could have been more, but you chose to settle because you weren't willing to let go of what was holding you back. Mental toughness isn't going when things are going right. It's forged in the middle of chaos, when everything around you is falling apart and your mind is begging you to quit. People think mental toughness is some gift you're born with, but it's not. It's a skill, and like any skill, it's earned through repetition, through pain, through refusing to give in when it would be easier to walk away. Most people never develop it because they spend their entire lives avoiding the exact situations that would force them to build it. Mental toughness is about control, not control over the world, but control over yourself. You can't dictate the weather, the traffic, the way people treat you, or the obstacles life throws at you. But you can dictate how you respond. And that's where the war is fought, between your ears. Every time you're tired but keep going, every time you're scared but step forward anyway, every time you're frustrated but keep your focus, you're putting another layer of armor on your mind. That armor doesn't come from comfort, it comes from battle. People like to talk about pushing through, but most have no idea what that actually means. Pushing through isn't just physical, it's mental warfare. Your mind will throw every excuse at you. You've done enough. Nobody will know if you quit. This isn't worth it. And that's the exact moment you have to go further. You have to prove to yourself that your feelings don't run the show. If you only move when it's easy, you're a prisoner to your own emotions. Mental toughness is breaking out of that prison. The hard truth is, you can't think your way into mental toughness. You have to live your way into it. You have to deliberately put yourself in situations that test you. Long runs in the heat, workouts when you're sore, studying when you're tired, staying disciplined when the reward feels miles away. You have to make it a habit to do the things you least want to do, because those are the exact moments when your mind is sharpening. Every rep of discomfort is a rep for your brain. Just like lifting weights is a rep for your body, mental toughness isn't loud. It's not screaming, pounding your chest, or posting about your grind. It's quiet. It's the calm in the middle of the storm. It's having the ability to stay locked in when everyone else is panicking. It's making the right choice when nobody's watching. It's looking at the impossible and deciding you're going to take one more step anyway. And when you stack enough of those steps, you start to realize there's nothing that can break you except you. That's the moment mental toughness becomes who you are. Not just something you do when life gets hard. You've got one shot at this life. And every single day you're either building yourself or breaking yourself. Comfort is the enemy. Discomfort is your training ground. Discipline is your weapon. Weakness is the target you destroy. is the war you fight within yourself. Sacrifice is the price you pay, and mental toughness is the armor you earn. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to hand you the life you want. It's you against you every damn day. You either show up and do the work, or you stay the same and watch your potential rot. The choice is yours, but understand this: the clock is ticking, and you don't get a rewind button.